What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Um, got a little bit of news. Jenny Francis is gonna be back in February in time for February sweep, so she'll be back as the legendary Laura Weber Spencer. I cannot wait to see her. Um, a couple people I would like to see back would be Ethan Lovett, Luke's son, uh, Lucky Spencer, Vanessa Marcel, Kimberly McCullough. I'm sure Robin gonna be there. Um, Hopefully Sky will be back. Jax. Just to name a few. I hope a lot of people come back. Frisco Jones, Maxie's biological father, Frisco, Felicia Jones's ex-husband. Hopefully he'll be back. Maybe we'll see Kevin Collins, Lucy Cole's ex-husband. Um, but anyway, I looked at my views this morning. I almost had 2,000 views on yesterday's episode. So I want to thank all my subscribers for watching, tuning in, because you make my videos possible. So I want to thank all of y'all. And for y'all comments, whether good or bad, I accept all comments. That's why I notice I have not disabled my comment board, because I like reading comments. I like reading what everybody has to say. It's fun. Um, in other news, hopefully Stephen Nichols, who played Stefan Cassadine, hopefully he comes back, and Constance Towers, who plays Helena Cassadine, hopefully they come back, because I would love to see the Cassadines relaunch, the reboot of the Cassadine family. And hopefully Scott Clifton, who played Dylan Quartermain, can show back up on the show too, because he is so, like, his character on The Bold and the Beautiful is just, the writing for him is awful. Frank and Ron said that as far as Jenny Francis, they got something good planned for her. As far as her character, they got something fun that they're planning for her, so hopefully they deliver. Because Frank and Ron, if you fuck up Jenny Francis's character, I will kill you. Anyway, let's get into today's episode. I'm about to talk a lot of shit. It's a lot of people on the show I do not like. I'm sorry, but it's not that I don't like them, it's just I cannot stand them at this moment. Britt, Dr. Westbourne. I am so beyond ready for her to leave this show. So you mean to tell me they traded in Lisa Niles for this chick? You go from one desperate psychotic bitch to another. That's real smooth. Real smooth. I just hate the way she disrespects Sabrina. I don't like it. The way she talks down to her and treat her like she's gum stuck on the bottom of her shoe. I cannot stand that. I'm like, no person deserves to be talked to like that and disrespected the way Dr. Britt disrespects Sabrina. I just think it's so rude. I wish Felix was there, because trust me, Felix would have gave that bitch a 1-2 punch. I'm sorry, he would have talked so much shit to Dr. Westbourne, it wouldn't have been funny. It would have been so much funny. I'm just saying, like, where the fuck is Felix? Because everybody know Sabrina is way too classy to ever talk shit to Dr. Britt to her face. She's too classy for that. But here's the thing. You can be classy and still put a bitch in a place at the same time. And y'all know what I'm talking about. You can do that, all of that at the same time. You could call somebody a bitch, or throw some shade at them and be classy at the same time. You can do that. I think Sabrina's a beautiful person. She's really beautiful. She is intelligent. She genuinely cares for Patrick and his daughter. She has respect for his wife. She's not trying to really, sleep with him or nothing like that. She genuinely cares for the guy and for his child. And that, you don't find too many people out there like that. And that's what I like about her the most. You know what I'm saying? She's not a user. She doesn't try to use people to, further her agenda. She's a very kind-hearted person. We need, I love that. We need more people like that in the real world. We really do. So Dr. Westbourne, please go sit on something and just die, why don't you? Anyway, Ellie, another sweetheart. I love Ellie Trout, I really do. She's nerdy, but in a good way, and I love her for it. She's a beautiful woman. Like, Ellie is very beautiful, and I feel bad for her. I don't like storylines like this where they make somebody paralyzed, especially a good character I like. I don't like storylines like that because they don't deserve to go through shit like that, you know, to be paralyzed. And I felt so bad because when Patrick was rubbing her foot, she couldn't feel it. I was like, oh god. Oh, another paraplegic storyline. Good lord. Good lord. Like, seriously. I feel so bad for this chick. I hope Spinelli is there for her, you know, if she has to use a wheelchair, and I really hope Spinelli's there for her. And I think this is gonna, this type of storyline can bring her and Spinelli a lot closer. I think so. I think it could bring her and Spinelli a lot closer. Her being paralyzed, even though I don't like it. I don't like where they're going with this. I hope that she regains her mobility and she can walk again and get some feeling. I hope it happens because my heart was breaking for this girl when she couldn't walk. I was like, oh my god, she could not feel her legs, her feet, nothing. She couldn't feel it, and she thought it was the drugs. I was like, oh god. You know, and I could tell for Patrick, it ain't easy giving a patient that diagnosis. You know what I mean? Like, it's not easy to do something like that. It's not that easy. But it looks like Ellie's 2013 has started out horrible. You know, her and Spinelli are going through their little personal problems. She got hit by a car. Now she may be paralyzed. That's a lot to deal with, all in 24-hour period, like for General Hospital. Well, aka soap time. That's a lot to adjust to. Now, let me talk about this real quick. Maxie, Lulu, Dante, Luke. Luke is too old to be running around doing these daredevil missions. I swear he is. That man is 64, damn near 64 years old. You had a heart attack before. You are just too old for this, Luke. Like, seriously, your wife is on her way back to Port Charles. I still look at Laura as his wife. That's the way I see it. That's his wife. He's just too old for this. Like, he look all beat up and look like he was getting shit kicked out of him. Then you hear gunshots in the background, and of course, Lulu talking about we gotta do something. And before I get into that, Maxie, it's easy for Maxie to say she had a miscarriage, so she thinks when Lulu and Dante are nobody's around, but it's kind of more difficult when she's dead in front of them, and to tell them this is gonna break them. You know what I mean? I think Dante is gonna take it better than Lulu. I think if he found out the news, he would take it in stride. Like, he would really take the news better than Lulu would take it. Because everybody know Lulu, please, she's a panic type person. You know, she's very neurotic. She would go off, and you know, she would try to find a way to blame Maxie for this. And even if Maxie did have a miscarriage, which I doubt she did, because Dr. Westbourne was so thirsty that she may have misdiagnosed her, I think Lulu would blame Maxie for this, and the miscarriage was not even Maxie's fault. It's shit like this happens in the first trimester. That's what they call the danger zone. You know, you got to really be careful in the first trimester. That's why celebrities and stuff like that, when they get pregnant, they don't say anything until the second trimester, because it's risky in the first. So, you know, a miscarriage is common. So it wasn't really Maxie's fault. But of course, Lulu is going to try to blame her for it, I'm sure. Lulu, and then Lulu and Dante talking about they want to go to Turkey to go help Luke. I'm like, okay, where is all this money coming from? Because last time I checked, y'all didn't even have an air conditioner last summer. Let me tell y'all people this. I got 5 air conditioners right now sitting in my basement. 5. And Lulu and Dante can't even afford 1. I'm like, you must be piss poor. And they don't even own their own home. So I'm like, how are y'all that broke? Y'all rent. Y'all don't own. The only thing that Lulu owns is her club. Speaking of that, people think just because Lulu co-owns a club, that means she got money. Well, not millions, but you know, she's financially okay. No, it doesn't. If you own a business like a club, you got to understand the expenses. For one, Lulu only owns 50%, which means she has to split the profits with Johnny. Two, she has to pay her taxes on the club. Three, she has to pay her mortgage on the club because she owns the spot, so she has to pay the mortgage. And then she has to split the money with her and Johnny, whichever is left after paying the utility bills, which includes the lights. She has to pay performers when they get performers to come there and play. She has to pay her staff. You know, there's a lot that goes into paying for shit. So after paying all of that, and then you have to split the profits of whatever money's left over, which I'm sure is not a lot. It's like, come on, like, how much do you honestly think she's taking in? Not a lot. Not enough for no plane ticket to Turkey for 2 people. And then Dante has to pay the rent on their loft. He has to pay their car insurance, because I'm sure they got 2 cars, plus gas for both those cars. They have to pay the utilities, the lights, the cable. They have 2 cell phones, which is cell phone bills. Y'all don't think, you gotta look at those expenses. And then y'all got money to go to Turkey? Come on now. And then she walked around on New Year's Eve with a fake ass fur coat, because I know that shit ain't real. Come on now. After every piece of bill I just said, you think she got money to buy a fur coat? No. They so broke they can't afford a 50-cent Coke soda at the store. That's how broke they are. Like, seriously. And y'all trying to have a baby? Come on now, with all them bills? Please. So yeah, how the fuck are they affording a plane ticket, 2 plane tickets to Turkey? Y'all better get y'all ass on a Greyhound bus. Something. Cause where y'all getting plane ticket money? Unless the money just coming out your ass. Like, where's y'all getting this money? Unless y'all in some type of, unless Dante's a dirty cop on the tape. I don't see how y'all getting a plane ticket. Even if you fly coach, it's still gonna cost you a couple of $100. Like, seriously. Where the hell are they getting this money from? Anyway, Anna, I feel bad for Robert though. I really do, because he's laid up in that hospital in a coma pretty much, with nothing the doctors can do. Apparently Holly Sutton is in Switzerland. You know who Holly Sutton is. You know that's Ethan's mother, Luke's baby mother. So you know her blonde ass. She's in Switzerland checking in on Robert or whatever. I feel bad because Duke, it's like every time Anna looks at Duke, she sees Faison. So it's like, you know, it's going to take some time for her to get used to Duke being really alive, of course. So hopefully everything work out for Anna and Duke. Hopefully. Sam and John McBain. Lord have mercy. I think the girl who subscribed to my channel, Chica, I think she was right. There's really no chemistry between John and Sam. I really only see them, as far as I'm concerned, I see them as just friends. That's all I see them as, is nothing more, just friends. I see them, because they keep saying that they have a connection. The only connection I see is probably a physical connection. I don't see an emotional. Sam don't know anything about John. All she knows about, they've known each other almost a year and they still don't know shit about each other. All Sam knows is that he has a son. He lived in Landview. He used to be FBI. That's all she knows. All John knows about her is she has a son. She had a husband. Still has a husband. Because we all know Jason ain't dead. I'm banking on it. Jason ain't dead. And that's about it. He don't know anything else. And probably that she's a private investigator. That's all he knows about her. He probably don't know that she had a daughter, Lila, with Jason. Well, Sonny was the biological father, but of course Jason adopted the baby, but the baby died, stillborn. He probably don't know about that, which I'm sure he don't. He don't know that she used to be a con artist back in the day. It's a lot about Sam that he don't know. Her favorite color, her favorite TV show, her favorite movie, what makes her laugh, what makes her cry, what makes her, you know, just, he don't know shit about her. I'm like, only time they comfort each other is when one of them are going through something. Like, what kind of relationship is that? I think Frank and Ron were hoping that their chemistry from Port Charles as Caleb and Livy would have transferred to General Hospital. But here's my thing. That was a different soap, different characters, different storylines, different years. This is 2013. She's Sam McCall Morgan. He's John McBain. Two different characters, different time, different years, you know, different storylines, different setting, different everything. So it's like the chemistry's not there anymore. And I think that's what they were banking on, but it looks like you came up bankrupt because I don't want to see them together. They're boring. As a couple, I feel like John don't fit her personality. Like he's such a zombie. Like he has no personality. And people try to say Jason was a mute. Jason had personality. Like Jason laughed. He loved to have fun. I mean, look at the fun that they were having on their honeymoon before that Franco debacle. Come on now, John and Sam, that couldn't have been them. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And if they do put them together a couple of years down the line, they better not, and I mean they better not try to have McBain adopt Sam's son, Daniel. As far as I'm concerned, Daniel will forever be a Morgan / Quartermain. That's the way it better be. John is not going to try to step in and play husband and play daddy to Jason's family. I'll be damned if that ever happened. I mean, look at Jason's penthouse, for crying out loud. John McBain can't even afford that penthouse. Come on now. John's flat ass broke. He lived at the Angel Square in Landview. And everybody know that was a tacky dive. But anyway, I felt so bad for Sam, like when she felt Jason wasn't going to come back, or just because he was in the water. Here's my thing about Jason. I feel like he washed up on shore miles and miles away from Port Charles. He must have collapsed. Somebody had to find him. He's probably in a coma somewhere, and they're nursing him back to health. That's the way I'm thinking. But anyway, Carly. Oh God, Carly. This is why I think her and Sonny fucking belong together. I think her and Sonny just need to shut up and get married for the 5th time. They think everything is about them. Carly thinks everything Todd did is about her. Like the baby switch, him switching those babies were about her. Here's my thing. Todd switching Jason's son with Taya's son, I feel like I could never forgive him for that. But he's still my favorite, but I will never forgive him for what he did. People think Jason died not knowing that Daniel was his son. Let me tell you something. In my heart of hearts, just because Jason never revealed that he knew Daniel was his son, I believe Jason knew Daniel was biologically his. Come on now. All you had to do was look at that baby and tell that that baby was yours. He had Jason's eyes. He even had Jason's personality. Now, if Franco was really the father of that baby, if Jason really felt Franco was the father of that baby, and Jason was his uncle, Jason was Daniel's uncle, do you honestly think that kid would come out with his uncle's personality and his uncle's eyes? That's impossible. Come on now. I don't have my uncle's eyes, and I damn sure don't got his personality. So, come on now. I don't know anybody who does have their uncle's eyes or personality. That's impossible. And Daniel definitely has Jason's personality in his eyes. So, in my heart of hearts, Jason knew Daniel was his son. He just never said anything because he was going to raise Daniel regardless. So in my heart, he knew that was his child. Now, anyway, Carly, who the hell do this bitch think she is? Like, she blames everybody for her own problems. First, she tried to say Johnny humiliated her. First of all, Jason warned you not to hook up with Johnny. Todd warned you about Johnny. You didn't listen. So therefore, you humiliated yourself. When you were with Todd, or friends with Todd, Jason warned you about Todd. Sam warned you about Todd. You didn't listen. So therefore, you humiliated yourself once again. Todd didn't humiliate you. Humiliation means that they intended to humiliate you. Todd never intended to humiliate you. He never intended to reveal to you in public about his part in the baby switching, or the fact that he knew Jason was the father. So therefore, he didn't humiliate you. You humiliated yourself by being with him and ignoring everybody's warnings like the dumbass that you are. And on top of that, you're a compulsive liar. Here's the thing. She thinks Todd owes her an explanation about the baby switching. In my personal opinion, Todd don't owe her shit. And you want to know why? Todd did not switch Carly's son. Todd switched Jason and Sam's son and Taya's son. The only people Todd owes an explanation to is Taya, which he already gave her an explanation, Sam, and Star. Those are the only people he owes an explanation to. Only people. Because of the fact that Star is his child. That's his daughter. He owes her an explanation about this. Those are the only people he owes an explanation. Carly, he don't owe you shit. Come on now. Stop acting like everything is about you, like he intentionally tried to hurt you when you know he didn't. I think Todd genuinely likes Carly. Carly humiliated herself by quickly hooking up with Todd, a man that she don't even know. You just met Todd almost a year ago. You don't know anything about him. He told you he was a horrible person. He told you he does bad things. You didn't listen. You said you didn't care. So you played yourself. And Carly is such a liar, talking about had he told her the truth when it happened, she would have went to Jason and told Jason, made Jason understand why he did it. And she would have told Jason not to hurt Todd. You're telling a lie. You're telling a bold-faced lie. Carly is such a liar. Jax lied to Carly about Dante being Sonny's biological child and the fact that Dante was a cop. She kicked Jax out of the house. So what makes you think if Todd would have told you the truth when it happened, you would have been on his side still? You're lying. You would have turned against him. So I'm not here for Carly. I think Carly's a complete liar. And she's trying to make everything about her when it's not. Todd don't owe her any type of explanation. Jason warned you. Jason is supposed to be your best friend. You didn't even listen to him. Like, seriously. Has Jason ever told Carly, warned Carly about something just to be mean? No, he did it to be your safety net. I think what Carly needs at 42 years old, she's like 42. I think you're just old. You're too old to be that naive about people. And she's so naive. And she always tries to play the victim when she gets humiliated because of her own doing. So it's like, you need to fall on your ass to knock some sense into you. But every time you fall on your ass, you still make dumber, just more dumb decisions. Like, seriously, you're just an idiot. Like, and I'm so fed up with Carly right now. I try to like her, but she does things to make me not like her. So I'm sorry to Carly fans out there, but you know what? I just can't say anything nice about her at this point. I think she's naive. She's too old to be naive. At 42, you should have some sense about people and good. You should become a better judge of character and listen to people's warnings. Anyway, I will see all of y'all tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow will be a better episode. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Thank you for watching.